Summer 1942, just 1 year after the invasion of the Soviet Union, Hitler orders an offensive against the large city on the Volga that bears Stalin's name. The Battle of Stalingrad, one of the bloodiest confrontations of World War II, witnessed the highest number of soldiers killed in a single battle. The German assault, however, sufficiently slowed, and allows the Red Army to prepare the ideologically important city of Stalingrad for defense. In preparation for the coming siege, the Soviet High Command ships hundreds of tons of cattle and grain across the Volga River. However, Stalin refuses to evacuate a single person of the 400,000 civilians left in the city. This cold calculus has one single purpose. With civilians still in the city, Stalin believes it'll inspire the Red Army to fight all the harder in defense of the city. Plus, many of these civilians can be rounded up and forced to fight as partisans if required. It's a brutal move, made even more punishing by the fact that Stalin's harvest victory as a shipping of food out of the city is known leaves Stalin ground short of food for its nearly 500,000 population. As the German forces move closer, the civilian population is pressed into service to build trenches and other defensive fortifications. Nobody's under any illusion that the siege that's coming will be an easy one, and the entire city is preparing for some of the bloodiest fighting of the Second World War. The German bombing turns the city into a massive funeral pyre, and thousands die or are severely wounded. The initial German air raids killed around 40,000 people. The Soviets are instead pressing anti-aircraft guns into surface defend off the German tanks. The 1,677th Anti-Aircraft Regiment is staffed mostly of young female volunteers who have little, if any, training in engaging ground targets. The women show incredible bravery, despite their lack of experience, and the Germans are forced to destroy or overrun every single one of the 37 anti-aircraft guns, after which they find, to their surprise, that they are all manned by women. At the end of September, and in mid-October, the Germans came close to victory, but the defenders clung on the part of the city's northern factory. The winter caused problems for both sides, breaking down tanks and making weapons more difficult to operate. However, the Red Army had better clothing for the freezing cold conditions, with quilted jackets and fur hats. Stalingrad had expanded the German front, and as a consequence, the Italian and Romanian armies were brought in to support the flanks of the 6th Army and 4th Panzer Army. Fighting inside Stalingrad was sapping German forces and causing them to pull units from flanks into the city. The Romanian and Italian troops were poorly trained and had low morale, therefore they would be the first targets for the planned Soviet counteroffensive. The Soviets attacked Hungarian positions north of Stalingrad on November 19th into the south the next day, devastating the Romanian fronts. Within a week, the two advancing Red Army forces had joined up and cut Stalingrad off. General Polis asked permission to break out, which he could have done, but Hitler refused, instead promising to resupply the trapped German army by air. General Erich von Manstein was brought in to lead a relief attempt for the surrounded pocket, but had to retreat before Christmas. The air supply effort also cost the Luftwaffe hundreds of transport aircraft and only managed to deliver a fraction of its supplies. Now short of fuel, food, and ammunition, the German 6th Army now faced superior forces all around them. The last German troops in the city would surrender on February 2, 1943, but sporadic fighting around the city went on until March. The Battle of Stalingrad was a crushing blow to Nazi Germany, and the losses to the Wehrmacht could not adequately be replaced. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more fascinating stories from history.